Happy Saturday. Welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinion.
Real?
Raw, and we're saying it all. Okay. So today we're talking about something that has been thrown around in our generation and in our day and time.
In our wokeness.
In our wokeness, yes. And that is the soft life.
The soft girl era.
Is it real? Is it a myth? From where? From who? By what? By when? What is the soft life era to you?
So I think the soft life era, it's
What is soft
how do
life
I understand it?
basically?
Is I feel like it's like pampering yourself. It makes you feel like there's no softness there if you are not. I feel like it involves some cash.
Yeah, luxury.
Luxury.
Yeah.
And that's how I understand it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you're not just there in dust.
Yeah.
You're just in luxury.
Yeah.
Someone who is in say at a fishing village right now in Kasenyi, I'm sure is not hashtagging
Soft life.
Soft
a
girl.
fisherman is not saying hashtag soft life while casting out.
But me, I'm in my soft girl era.
Yeah.
As you're mopping,
Yeah.
Okay. Fiona.
That's actually what I think. What I was just sharing. I think it's that. It's like luxury. Every time I hear my
Life.
soft girl era.
Yeah.
I'm like, must be luxurious.
I feel like the symbol is Lori Harvey. I feel like if someone wants to understand it more, Lori Harvey, I mean, look at her. She looks really amazing. But unfortunately, not everyone can, afford a certain lifestyle. So even the soft girl era and soft life era also has emitted. What is emitted?
Yeah.
Like levels.
Levels. Yes. There are
I
levels
was
to
going
it.
to say that, regardless of what level you're in, there's different levels of soft life.
Yeah.
Whereas some of us are soft lifing in cinemas, maybe 3D cinemas, someone is going to a Gyagenda.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For a good soft life. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Whereas some of us are going to the spa at Calabash or whatever. And
You
someone
have
else is going to
Amuyonzi. You have
going to those
Amuyonzi.
spas.
Those ones
there.
who use ghee in the village.
Yeah. So I feel, first of all, soft life, there's a lot of pressure.
That's
See,
true.
the soft life has been all over the
So
internet.
much pressure, yes.
All over the internet. Everyone is hashtagging soft life on a Monday by the pool.
I know.
I'm like, have you
Oh
not
my
joined?
goodness, yes!
Have you not
I recently saw a friend of mine.
Monday,
Yes. A friend of mine posted a drink. I don't even know what she did. Omanyo Kurumi or someone. I don't know if the focus or the exposure was that.
just-
I was so frustrated. I was at work and I was like, sis, is this what drink is this? And she's like, no, I'm in one day gear. I'm not anywhere next to this drink. It's
We're going
Arnold
to
photo.
get there. We're going to get to that part. But it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really struggling to get through Monday, to get up and stuff, and you're wondering, why the hell do I have to work?
Yeah.
And FML and all the things. And then someone
Your
posts,
boss is shouting
they are
down
on a beach
on
like
you.
this.
Yes.
Chilling, hashtag soft life. So what I'm trying to say is, first of all, who pays for this stuff? For you, Prim, your soft life, who pays for it when you have it? Because we also see you in your own level of hashtag soft life, yeah?
Me, I've
Who
said I'm
pays
a
for
bad
it?
chick this year, and how am I affording the bad chick? Myself, honestly,
paying
myself.
for it.
I'm not putting these expectations on someone's child.
Yeah.
Like, what will they go back with to their village,
Fair enough,
right?
yeah.
Like they spent their entire life sponsoring a Kampala girl. No. Anyway, for me, I believe that before you go in, you have to look at how you're going to finance, this thing. And I feel like when it comes from your side, I know that we love for someone else to sponsor this sort of lifestyle for us. Like it feels a certain way, right? Because the truth is, there are times you have money for a perfume, but then if someone bought it for you, it wouldn't feel, it's better if they bought it for you.
Yeah.
But personally, it has to be me. It has to be me. Then every once in a while,
You'll accept.
I will,
Yeah.
yes, I will accept or even ask someone, like the person, can you kindly probably pay for this or pay for that for me?
Yeah. Fiona, how have you reached your soft era? Do you, every now and then beep the soft life? Do you, and how, who pays for it?
I think I have an issue with it, but
Yeah.
who is paying? I don't think I'm in my soft girl era. I don't think so. Do I treat myself now and then when I can? Yeah. I don't know about a whole ass era. For me, era sounds like this is now my whole life. I don't know. Me, it sounds, so I don't think I'm in my era. But now and then, I do nice things for myself. My problem with, you'll never see me hashtagging soft, like it's my soft girl era, because I have I think that women should take care of themselves. And I think in a big way, it has come from us spending so much time caring for other people and families and what.
Yes.
And so there's this self-love embracing, and then specifically women are like, you know what, I want some soft things, which I think is so dope. I think the problem is, though, that when we're putting it out there and younger girls are seeing it as like, so all of us are just supposed to be like
chill on the beach,
luxury. It kind of, I feel like it makes it seem like life doesn't have like a proper balance. Because the truth is, to get a lot of things, you have to go through some suffering. Suffering, I don't want to say that go and suffer, but just suffering, maybe it's not a good word, but suffering
maybe not
is
suffering,
part,
but you have to work.
Yeah, but like difficulty, suffering, all those things are part of the journey to get to a lot of people who are actually in a proper, full-on, soft life era. Unless maybe you're a trust fund kid, those ones also have their story. But yeah, I just feel like sometimes it makes things seem like you're just there and things just come to you. Yet there's like, people are investing in this type of life. You see women going on amazing group trips and what, but those women work really hard. They work hard to get that life. So I think sometimes it can be hazy. As we are older, but I wonder if younger girls who are consuming that are recognizing that we are people are back there doing like hard work. To
in the
afford
background,
luxury.
soft life. Someone is paying. Someone is working really hard. Whether it's your father, your husband, your baby daddy, someone is
working
paying,
really hard.
working really hard
to afford this life for you.
a lifestyle. And for me, I think social media. I don't particularly agree with soft life era. I personally also wouldn't hashtag soft life. Why? Because I know for a fact that I play hard and work hard. Work hard, play hard. That's more my hashtag. Because I do not want ever for anyone's daughter or son to see me or my family soft lifing and think that that's literally, it just created itself. We were born lucky. No. We worked hard for this stuff.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what like it irritates me about online space. Is I feel like some people need to be qualified, start being qualified to be on the online space.
Do you know?
Because we have a lot of rubbish. I'd say it really, really is. Because you cannot come Monday to Friday and you are soft lifing Monday to Friday.
But you see, that's where someone would argue and say that what I put out is my responsibility, but how you choose to consume it.
My problem is the younger children.
Do
you know how many teenagers?
I was also once young and no one cared.
But in our era was different.
Anyway, I just think also kids of now, it's a different life. I'm not saying that it's your responsibility as Prim to post XYZ in XYZ way. You may not. The truth is, there's no law somewhere that says Prim has to post in a certain way. It's not there. We all take individual, you decide how you're going to do your things. I think it's just it must be difficult for them growing up the way they're growing up in an era where everything is just kind of, content is endless. It's soft life, it's this, it's that, it's boom, it's that, it's sexy, it's this, it's what. Like, I wonder, like, because when you're a teenager, it's already so overwhelming just being a teenager.
Insecurities, the bullying,
and then you just
increase
your
mental health,
your physical
breakdowns,
and things like that.
Because everyone is sexy, everyone has a BBL, everyone has boobs, everyone. You're like where
we are not saying
30-year-olds, because I'm talking about this as a mother. I had a different opinion before I was a mother. And I'm not saying, by the way, everyone post what you want. You get everyone. I'm happy to post what you want, but when do we as mothers say, listen? As a mother, I can never post hashtag soft life because my child is going to see that. The internet. There's no blocking 30-year-olds, 18-year-olds from watching 13-year-olds. I mean 30-year-olds. So the 18-year-old gets that image of soft life. That's what I want. She has no idea what I do to afford this soft life. you know, and those hashtags, in my opinion, that lifestyle, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I aspire to it, you know, and I want my daughter to live it as well. But I also want her to see the real life.
Yeah.
I want her to know that I worked all year and I have struggled in order to afford the holiday we went on in December. You get? There needs to be a balance. My problem is the lack of balance. My biggest problem with the internet is the lack of balance. No one wants to show the real life, you know, and even for me as a mother, I'm like, my daughter is going to be a teenager in the next 13 years, and she's going to be seeing even worse. Because in fact, can you imagine the internet in 13 years? It scares the life out of me. She's going to be seeing the internet in 13 years, and she's going to want the stuff she sees. But I'm hoping that I can be a part of a curated internet space where she can see women working hard, not just chasing men for money.
Yeah.
You know, that's another problem I have. But let's get to that. Who pays for the soft life? I'll go first because I've already touched on to it. Because often, everyone on the internet, it's very loud conversation. Men are supposed to be the ones paying.
Yeah. Like, oh, he better maintain me.
Life.
Blah, blah, blah.
Marry a rich man. Which is okay. It's no problem marrying a rich man, but should not be your aspiration. There are good men who don't have much money. Do you get what I mean? And yet there are also rich men who are not very good men, which has been most of my experience.
But their money is good. So
some of them bakodo, you know, bakodo means they're misers.
Generous.
You know, they're not very generous. They'll give you a house that's
But who decides what's enough generosity if it's me who makes my money? Like for you, who are you to decide?
But the thing is,
the
thing, Prim, is that the conversation is marry a rich man. You get? No one ever says that when I marry a rich man that is not stingy and that is generous and giving. Yeah. So for you see a young girl, a 20-year-old girl is going to see a Mercedes-Benz and be like, that's where my soft life is going to come from. You get it? And you're going to be put in a big, beautiful house, but you're going to be very lonely because this man's out there working for the life you want, you know? Or that you're going to be mistreated because this man just has no manners. He thinks his money can get him out of anything, you know? So it's just, these are the things about that soft life that peeve me. Yes, it's wonderful. But let's show the other side.
That words.
Sorry?
You said that peeve you.
Yeah. That's a word, peeve.
Kalea.
It peeves me, really.
Look at you, Namponya. Look at you.
Naskombi. Namponya is my sister. Anyway, so for me, it's that part that really, really, really gets to me. The fact that no one is showing what it actually takes to afford this life.
When you talk about that, I also feel like there's something that needs to be pointed out. When you talk about soft life or soft girl era, one of the things that we whisper about or don't even realize is pretty privilege. I want you to look at the people hashtagging this. You understand?
Always beautiful.
I want
women.
Yes,
not
like
just
what
beautiful.
it's a conversation that needs to be had, right? And like all other privileges, the pretty people don't want to have this conversation. They don't want to, you can't point it out and say that at there are times you get away with things simply because you're beautiful that another woman
may not.
That's so true. Before we tell our fellow women, before we sit here in a girls group and say, let me tell you something, a man should maintain your nails, he should maintain your hair, he should maintain this and that and that. Who are you talking to? Are your friends? Or, like for you, it's easy. Like when you say, for me, this guy does this, he does that. Do they have the same opportunity? Are they attracting the same guys? Do they have a line of guys like you? You understand? So I know that the world is probably not talking so much about it because each time they try to raise that dust about pretty privilege, pretty women come out quickly.
It's not our fault.
To kill it.
It's uncomfortable.
I feel like it's uncomfortable conversation. Yes, pretty women just come up and say, "Oh, you're dividing women further." Oh, blah blah blah. But
it's the truth.
It's the truth. Not every woman is getting the same opportunities and privilege as you.
Yeah.
Right? So before we go to YouTube and preach it, before we post, okay, even you as a consumer, before you consume before you start elevating yourself like Lori Harvey, this
Please.
elevation, like Lori Harvey. Now we Prim with my stomach here. I am also going to be there, elevating and expecting the same treatment that Lori Harvey is, getting or whatever. I'm not saying that plus size women deserve less or whatever, but it's just a reality. Pretty people are treated differently. They are treated differently, and that's just a conversation we're willing to have.
You have not lied.
Movement into a lot of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Yes,
a lot of
it's
body
happening.
changing.
Yes.
It's happening.
Yeah, and a lot of the women we see, with like the
And funny
hashtag
thing is
soft
that
girl era
soft
and
girl
stuff,
era.
look as very specific where you have to have the other. I'm sorry, I
Body.
won't say that fashion over body because me,
Yeah.
that's where I see everyone
Yes,
looks exactly the same. It's that perfect tiny little waist and those perfect
hips,
and that
rounded hips.
perfect bum and that
butt.
Yeah,
it's
the
just
perfect size
everything is
lips.
just like so just like
Yes.
And the perfect jaw. It's just,
There's just like
you are perfect.
seamless.
Yes.
And so, I don't know, it's just an unrealistic expectation. And you need, I guess, even us as we consume content on the internet, remember, you need nuance. You need to remember that things are not like that across the board. They're not like that every day. They're not like that even in real life. You know, a lot of, like how things look online and then you see them in real life and you're like,
Yeah.
is this like, my best example is wigs. You guys, there's a way wigs can be looking
Online.
cute
Oh my
in pictures.
God, they look
Then
wonderful.
in real life, I'm like,
With a lady,
You
baby
put
hair
this?
and all. Yes.
I don't get it.
You are, just talk to me directly because I'm the only person in this group that wears wigs.
from when the last time you wore a wig.
Address me. On
I
our
wear
live
wigs
show.
as well.
Address me directly. Tell me that
Sure,
Prim,
wear a wig.
in your Instagram stories, the wigs look different.
No,
Really?
they're
You've worn
wigs,
wigs
and
like
then there are
5
the lace,
seconds.
the lace
The
ones.
ones with the baby
Yeah,
hair.
we're not judging, by the way. We're not
There's
judging
nothing
anyone
wrong, just
who
it's an
wears.
example of
It's
things
just
that don't
that,
always
they look
look what they-
completely different
In real life, they don't
in
always.
real life than they are
Yeah.
in person. You're like, it's just,
Yeah.
most of the time in person. They look so nice on that. You've actually brought that
I
up.
always get
I've
shocked.
always wondered.
I always get shocked. I'm like, everyone is like, which lace? Which lace?
lace?
But in real life,
And
I'm
then
seeing
the
the lace.
lace is right there. Kaitira one.
Guys are like, hashtag which lace? Where is the lace? But in real life, I'm seeing it.
Anyway, yeah, but also the same thing with
You guys, the braids gang is just jealous. The braids gang is just
No, it's
jealous.
hashtag truth.
Check hard.
Hashtag facts.
Check hard which lace. There won't be any lace to be seen. So braids gang thinks.
I think it's very important for us to start normalizing being yourself online. Online
And
meaning-
offline.
and offline.
And it won't be it's okay like that it's okay. This is an era like like it's how thinness is back in right now, and they're trying to I was recently seeing, I think, H&M, and they're moving all their plus size collections from the stores to just online, like being thin. There was even an article that got so much backlash. I don't know if you saw it where they were saying the heroine girl era is back. Of,
Wow.
That like the low cut
Skinny.
jeans, skinny low cut
Yeah.
jeans, and
Even
bandanas
By the
and
way,
crop
H&M
tops and
doesn't
what.
have anything past
I
size
know.
16.
So it's
Hate to say
okay.
it.
It's okay. Like this is an era that's coming and going, and we need to know ourselves beyond trends.
Thank you.
We need
Yeah.
to know ourselves
That's it.
beyond trends.
That's it.
Soft girl era, good for it. Good for people posting on at the
We
beach
love
on
it.
Monday. We love it for you and for them. But I want you to stand more firmer than that.
Yeah.
Firmer than trends.
Know yourself, accept
Know yourself,
who
yes.
you are.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
just
Yeah.
even know which seasons you're in. Me, I accepted this season. There are things I can't afford.
Yeah.
They're nice and I want them. But I know I can't afford
can't
them.
afford them,
And that's
yeah.
just fine. I don't lose sleep over it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm happy to see others doing it. They actually inspire me. I'm like, that person is doing that. I
Yeah,
might be
and
able to do
soon
that
in the
one
future
day.
I'll be able to do
You
it,
know,
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, that's dope for you. I'm going to get there. Let me keep doing what I'm doing. So be comfortable. Do what you can to be comfortable with where you're at. Sometimes you may feel, that's just normal. Well, let's be real. Like, the things you're going to say and you're like, what's me I want? And you feel and feel fake for some time. But snap yourself out of it. It's not going to last.
So, question. We've touched on it. The fact that we expect men to be able to... Society
There's
in
an
general,
expectation,
There's an expectation of men being able to... Like, you need to be able to fund
Sustain
this.
and fund this
Sustain.
life,
And
yeah.
if you can't, you're a poor man and no woman wants you. What's your opinion?
The thing is, I feel like that first of all, our desires and our desire for a certain life puts pressure on these young men, right? And that comes down to, there's also a privilege where the boy child will not be accorded the same grace as the girl child, right? So if you're both, let's say you finished university and you're 25, your male colleague will be expected to have a plot in Bulindo with a car. But for you, it's just okay.
Just
right?
find one with
That's
a
true.
car and a plot.
So now you'll find that the girls are looking for men who own all this property, but yet at our age we don't have these things.
Yeah, like your peers, like
your
me
peers.
and
Yes, for us we don't have these things, but we expect you to have them. So I feel like that's a bit unfair and unrealistic.
Unfair, but in my opinion, it's limiting women. Like, you get what I mean? The men are working, and the women are told, no, you just sit pretty. Just put on makeup.
That's
and
true.
I'm like, excuse you, I want the car. I want the plot of land. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, society has actually made it okay for women to just sit pretty, which, in my opinion, is not okay.
Yeah. That's not it. I think I don't know what to say. Like, what can I add, really?
Yeah.
You need, first of all, I guess, know who you are. I think it all goes back to knowing who you are. Know who you are enough to make decisions that make sense for your life. What do you want to be ultimately? Like, what is your ultimate goal? It's like I remember, I think, in our conversation about, for example, this is just what comes to mind. It's a good comparison for me. Like, when we were talking about abstinence, it's like, what is your goal? For me, it's always like, what's your ultimate goal? Is your ultimate goal to become a sexual supernova? Have all the sex? Is your ultimate goal involving protecting a certain mental space that you need to fill up with other things? Sex and all of that is going to get a little bit messy in that space, so you need to protect it a little bit better. So what's your ultimate goal? To be the baddest sugar baby in the world?
100%,
Please, who is going to hold you back? Nobody. Is your goal otherwise to make your own things, do your own, you want to be a boss, babe? Babe, do that.
When you talked about sugar babies, I realized that you guys, it's hard to be a sugar baby forever. Like, there's always a new hotter
There's
chick.
always a baby. You're never going
There's
to be a
always
baby
a new
forever.
hotter chick.
You
Can't be the baby
can't be a
forever.
baby forever. Listen, at 30
up,
you are out.
You grow up and they give birth to new babies.
Yeah.
And now you're the mother who is calling the baby,
The baby
saying,
says,
leave my sugar.
man alone.
Leave my man alone.
I'm coming to you as a woman.
I'm coming to you as a You're coming to other women as women.
It's for me, you know what, you are 100% right. I feel like, do you. Yeah, for you if you want, absolutely. If your end goal, and for you just want to marry rich and sip cocktails on a beach on Mondays, absolutely. Also think about
good life, you people.
It really sounds nice.
It sounds really, really
tempting,
nice.
right?
It's so tempting. By the way, it is very tempting.
Extremely.
But then let's put nuance into it. Yeah, like, okay, you're at the beach with who? Yeah. With who? Who are you at the beach with?
Myself and the cocktails and the waiter.
Okay, but how do you feel?
Good.
How have you left
Great.
your home?
I feel relaxed.
You get what I mean?
Relaxed and
Like, you have to think about it. In order for you to choose the beginning of your life, you need to first think at the end of your life.
How do you want it to end?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you want to not be lonely, that's going to dictate.
Who says I'm lonely at the beach?
get-
The waves, the dolphins that we are saying
And
hi
all the
to.
savants.
There's so many rich people on the beach that are lonely.
They're the guys who
Let us
ride
be
the boats.
realistic. Let us be realistic.
Which beaches are you going to? Because
I need to choose my
For us here
beaches
at Thingy.
better.
Sese, we are not lonely at all. We are happy.
So what I'm trying to say is that people, you need to stop this, like, I want to marry rich. Okay.
Yeah.
You get, but what kind of life do you want to live?
The quality of rich also, like the quality of life.
Because
I
you
think,
might be, I wouldn't mind marrying rich, but I need to be able to work.
Yeah.
You get, for myself and also get my own things.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? That would be me. So that means I'd have to marry a man that would let me work, that wouldn't have a problem with me working.
Yeah.
You get? So don't just be there, marry rich.
Yeah.
Think about the end life, what you want for your life,
Yeah.
in order to make the decisions you need
Yeah.
at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Because when you're 20, your life is just beginning.
Yeah, and be able to have your own.
Exactly.
Like, even if you marry rich, have your own.
Have your
do a
own.
thing.
Yeah.
Now you've married rich, actually you have an opportunity.
Yeah,
This person
exactly.
can help
You
you
have free
start
capital.
do a thing. Like, do a thing. This whole thing of let's just
But let me
sit
tell you
and I
something.
don't
Sugar
have...
daddies do not give you money that's good enough to start a business. Most of them don't.
I
Most of them want to
But
keep you
most
in
of
a
them
needy
know.
point.
But also
That's
women are
true.
clever.
Depends on anyway. the
Women
sugar
are
daddy is
clever.
rich, right?
But women do it
Women
still.
are clever.
You guys, let me tell you something. Now, this is the thing. Because of the soft girl era, right?
Yeah.
you'll find that, let me tell you something. Someone once told me, Prim, like, Prim, you guys do not, we had a conversation where someone was like, Prim, you know, what would it take for us to look hot? Like, you know, she saw us, like a certain lady, and she, oh my goodness, that chick, you know, looks really hot. And I told her, you see, there's some people who looking good is a full-time job.
Yeah.
Right? It's why they come out and tell you, you know, like actors and actresses, those people, you know, it's a full-time job. It's their job, right?
Yeah.
So there's a girl who knows that for me, I need to look this way to attract a certain something, right? So for you, you're doing it as a part-time job. So you have looking good, half working.
Part-time even, you just do 1 hour every
half
three
working,
times
half
a
looking
week.
good. So we'll only see you looking good on Sunday. Make sure when you dress up nicely and look good, let us see you wave to the crowd, right? Yeah. But other people are doing it as a full-time job. So this is maintaining that life. We need to talk about maintenance of the soft girl era. Maintenance, not easy. Guys, a week of 2 million, laying it and whatnot, 2 million done, right?
Sparkling.
Maintenance vlog, nails, right? Maintenance vlog, extension of the lashes. Maintenance vlog, you're waxing, right? The chizigo.
The hair has to be new every week.
Thank you. You're not talking about the fact, the skincare routine, that the armpits have their own routine, the arms are moisturized differently, the elbows have another routine for you to look, you know, different from head to toe or whatever. So let me tell you something. That is not a cheap lifestyle.
No, it's not.
It's not cheap.
It is not cheap.
It's not cheap at all.
That's true.
So, and even when you work, surely the truth, even when you work in Kampala, your salary is not enough to maintain what it means to be a woman lately. And that is
just a basic
woman. Every day woman.
You have moisturizer and cleanser. Yes. Then you have Vaseline. Do you know how expensive Vaseline is
routine
these days?
itself, put it there. That's like a whole month's salary.
It's so expensive.
Guys, so you need the supplementary income from the sugar, the sugar. But this is the thing. The sugars are also, when they give you that money, first of all, they're giving it to you because you look like that. So do you think that when they give you 5 million, you have balance to start a shop, for capital to start a shop? After
you have to maintain the wig, the
hair,
the nails there.
I hear you. That's why I'm saying I don't think it's a good lifestyle. I don't think it's
but also some of them are selfish. They need to keep you in a point of keep needing media.
I get that on the sugar daddy's side. I'm just saying, like, as a woman, is it really a sustainable life? As you've said, new babies are coming.
It is sustainable until you're hot.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not sustainable long.
To make an exit plan. Girls, make an exit plan.
It has a stopping point.
People.
It has a stopping
point. By the way, guys,
it's not safe.
Open Chumzo accounts. Is it Chumzo or Chums? Open Chumzo accounts. As in, even when, like, if you get a sugar daddy, good for you. That's like luck, right? But save and make an exit plan, because there'll be a hotter person tomorrow.
Having your own should be a must.
It's happened long to many people enough for us to know.
We've also known friends. We've also known friends where
no one is talking about
giving her lots of money. There's, you know, the guy, you know, and you say he's buying you a car, not putting it in your names. He keeps the card, and, you know, he's buying you a phone, keeps the box and the charger. But, you know, like, he's just okay, I'll give you the phone, but I won't give you the network buzz. I will give you the phone, but I'm keeping the screen guard. There's always a car. There's something he's keeping.
There's something so that you have to go back to him because you keep needing him.
Like, let me go and charge at his place.
Let's talk about sugar daddy.
But you guys, this conversation has gone to other jazz. You guys, in fact, we are sorry. We're supposed to jazz other things.
So that has been our conversation on this soft life, you know, era. And you know what? Maybe we need some gentlemen to talk about their desires for soft life, because I feel like this is more.
That's true.
I think that would be, they'll just be wanting like the new PS. Is it PS6, PS20?
Their sugar mommy is not just
PS5.
Anyway.
That's their version.
Even if it's not PS, it's those other things.
Or XS,
other tech stuff.
Yeah, men like to go for Formula 1 racing.
Yes,
stuff.
to Dubai.
Someone has to pay for that stuff.
Yes, men also getting spoiled with their shirts where they open up to
somewhere here
and oil this place so that
But
look
also,
highlighted.
have you seen men that go to gym and gym is their life?
Shorts.
Have you seen the one whose gym is their life?
Those are always in mirrors, like
those ones who have those pink lips. Actually, guys who have pink lips.
and a chain. Where are the men with stomachs working hard and sweating during that day?
As for those men with chains, you guys, those men.
If a man has a chain,
they're either dealing in cobalt or
and
other
English
precious metals.
Full time. You try to speak a local language.
In English.
And that's
Let's talk about the ones who spend their days in gym.
I think we need another episode for that. All right.
let us know. Let us hear from you.
Guys, let us hear from you, the soft life era for men and for women. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. But lastly, please, don't work for your life. In my opinion, work for your life. But before you go, please subscribe, hit the subscribe button. That is all we ask of you. For us giving you all this, this is not expensive. This is very expensive to maintain. Yeah.
Yeah.
This year, so this makeup, I think we're now soft life era.
It's not
Soft video era. The soft video era is just expensive.
We have saved for a long time to be able to afford this. Everything that you see here. So we'd really appreciate it if you subscribe, because it helps us grow and also helps us fund a little bit of what's going on here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for always joining us. We love you so much. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.